We're following a developing story tonight in Evangeline Parish. There's not even direct access to the jewelry store, so the two suspects had to walk inside and then walk through the flower shop at the front of the store and come around this corner before they could even step inside the jewelry store.
I was surprised when I drove here. For a second, I forgot it was Black Friday, and then all of a sudden I saw these cars and cops. So I was like, oh yeah. Grab your family and come on down. And there's also a hot cocoa cafe behind me to warm you up in case you get cold.
Officials say a New Year's Eve bomb threat was nothing more than a prank.
You can see smoke in the air. It's billowing. You can see it for about a mile if you drive down Congress.
Lafayette School Board members surprised that one of the three finalists, Donald Aguillard, dropped out of the running. Now they've got to decide what to do next. Lawnmower blades, just like this one, about 600 children actually lose limbs.
Drivers say the construction is costing them time, but business owners around here say it's costing them money.
Actually went as far as opening up residents' mailboxes and placing his flyer inside.
What is concerning residents is what's happening right here. In some areas, there's water seeping through.
Good evening. Thanks for choosing Acadiana's News Channel. I'm Melissa Hawks. Hoyt and Marcel have the night off. We're following a developing story tonight in Evangeline Parish. Several neighbors living near the Pine Prairie Correctional Center tell us an inmate escaped from the center this evening. Homeowners say deputies are searching neighborhoods by foot and air. But when KATC contacted officials at the center and the sheriff's office, the only response we got was no comment. Acadia Parish deputies arrest two men they believe are linked to at least 30 burglaries. Three's on the street. Herbie Smith is live with more details. Herbie? The candidates for Lieutenant Governor faced off in a debate today in Baton Rouge. Hoyt was a panelist for the live debate, which aired right here on KATC. Plaquemines Parish President Billy Nungesser is challenging current Lieutenant Governor Jay Darden. Here's what the two candidates had to say when Hoyt asked them about getting tourists to Louisiana despite the state's poor road conditions.
The hour-long debate.
You can also go to KATC.com to see how the candidates answered other questions today.
We don't want to burn with just a necessary evil in some of the fields.
It's that time of year again when the skies are filled with smoke from sugarcane fields. They're all controlled burns, but for some people who live nearby, it can be pretty irritating. Sean Klein tells us why it's necessary and what would happen if farmers didn't burn.
Smoke. It fills the air this time of year.
The man accused of killing pizza delivery man Timothy Falgout is found guilty in a non-related case. Aaron Richards was convicted of robbing someone at Buffalo Wild Wings in Lafayette in 2009. Richards is accused of stabbing Falgout to death while he was delivering pizza in March of last year. Prosecutors say they will use this conviction in his pending murder case. A Jennings man accused of killing his stepfather is indicted on second-degree murder charges. Police say Sterling Vital ran over his stepfather, Gary Hawkins, with a car. It happened in August. Investigators say it started with a disturbance involving Vital's mother and Hawkins. If convicted, he faces life in prison. A Lafayette man faces attempted murder charges tonight. The victim says she was arguing with Joseph Boudreaux when he pulled a gun. Investigators say the two started fighting over the gun and it went off. Police are charging Boudreaux with attempted second-degree murder. The Vermilion Parish School Board agrees to temporarily end single-sex classes at Renee Rost Middle School. The decision resolves a lawsuit filed by the ACLU. The suit claimed the school illegally segregated male and female students. Now classes will no longer be segregated, at least through the 2017 school year. The parish superintendent says the program ended because there weren't enough parents who wanted their children to participate. A warning tonight about what police are calling a fake fundraiser. Investigators say a young woman is selling magazines door-to-door in Lafayette, claiming it's a fundraiser for the children's shelter, but that is not the case. Lafayette Sheriff's deputies were called to Fox Chase Subdivision, where she was seen today. If you have any information on this, you're asked to call Lafayette Sheriff's deputies. The Leland Bowman Lock in Vermilion Parish will be lifted up out of the water for repairs tomorrow. Today, crews worked to prep the lock to be lifted and moved. We first told you last night about the Leland Bowman Lock and the damage it sustained after being hit by a barge almost 2 weeks ago.
We have a dive team that's going in and they have jacks under the gate. We have the crane hooked to it and we're getting ready to disassemble the upper hinge so that we can then pull the gate out.
The Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall officially opens tomorrow at the Louisiana Oil and Gas Park in Jennings. KATC's Chris Welty was there as veterans were putting the finishing touches on it. And coming up, humans aren't the only ones who have to get an education. 5 penguin chicks successfully complete fish school and head back to the zoo to show off their skills. Also, we'll take a look at the fun going on over at Camp Boncourt. It's a camp for kids with heart defects, and it's what's right in Acadiana. But first, how's the work week shaping up? Storm Team 3's Natalie Noah has the answer next. On Thursday, SWAT teams were swarming this home trying to convince Larry Thomas to surrender his wife, Joyce, but unfortunately, she was already dead.
I don't know what happened. We tried to tell him where she at. He said she was laying down. That's all. That's why he keep telling us.
He just robbed her. They stole it all. He got children. He took their heart away. That's them children, mama. That's my sister. That's my heart.
Joyce's brother says his younger sister was no stranger to abuse.
It started years ago. The abuse, the fighting. The little kids were small. Now they're grown.
Family members say the two were separated and Joyce had been staying here at her brother's house for the past few weeks. Larry had heard she was with another man and showed up here angry.
And she was so happy the past couple of weeks. I never seen her like that in so long, 10 years.
Thomas's brother Alan says he didn't think his brother had a history of abuse or the ability to kill.
I don't think he was going to do it. I don't know. I guess he was just too much angry at him.
Both say all they can do now is lean on family to help get through this tough time.
Everybody got to be strong.
My heart is grieving. I'm full.
In Mamu, Melissa Hawks for KATC TV3.
Felt like thunder. So I thought it was an afternoon shower coming along, and it's just a couple of minutes passed and it happened again.
I felt the first initial blast with my feet, kind of felt the ground shake. Everybody kind of stopped. It almost seemed like the machines, the air hoses, everything went quiet.
Kyler Young works about a block away from Multi-Chem. He didn't realize what was happening until he looked outside.
I look across the street and then a big blast came out, big puffs of black smoke. And then after that, canister after canister would explode. It was like Pearl Harbor. It was like warfare. And you could see the bubbles of flames come up.
Nathan Boudreau was working at a nearby plant when his supervisor came running in, telling everyone to hurry up and get out.
200-300 yards from the actual explosion, but it seemed much closer because all the smoke and the flames. It was just, I was scared.
It escalated really fast.
Everyone just stood outside watching the cloud of smoke take over the sky.
It's hectic, just people running everywhere. It was just sad.
He says it's hard to believe no one got hurt. In New Iberia, Melissa Hawks for KATC TV3. The water is not unfamiliar territory for Josiah Hoffman. 2 weeks ago, he took off from Galveston, Texas in his new sailboat, Long Last, to head to Mississippi.
Waited like about 4 days for a good window to sail.
On day 2 of his trip, Hoffman ran into a storm brewing in the Gulf.
And then just everything went bad. I mean, that storm came up on me so fast, I hardly had time to do anything.
Long Last made it through the first storm, but Hoffman wasn't in the clear.
The second storm hit, and it hit so hard. I mean, I saw it coming, and I had everything trimmed right as best I could, but still, the seas were so rough.
The first storm took out 3 of these sails and he lost all communication. The second storm took away his rudder, but luckily Hoffman had damage control materials on board, so he was able to make this temporary rudder.
After 9 days of battling freezing temperatures without much food or water, the Iberia Parish Search and Rescue Team found him.
Man, I'm telling you, to me, when they arrived, they looked like angels. I mean, to know that they were going to tow me back, that was a real relief, because I was thinking, how in the world am I going to get to Mississippi from here?
Hoffman says the past few weeks have been quite the adventure, and he feels lucky he made it out alive. Reporting in Iberia Parish, Melissa Hawks for KATC TV3.